Question for you. When is it time to invest in your online business? I'll give you my answer in just a bit. When to invest in your online business? My short answer is you need to do it right away, even before you earn a profit. Probably especially before you can earn a profit. There's a really pervasive myth out in the online business world, and I know this as someone who works with a lot of early entrepreneurs and is part of a lot of the online groups where people start to build their network and relationships. And the myth is this, that you should be earning money before you start spending money on your online business. This is a mindset that I've only ever seen in the online world. Brick and mortar businesses cannot possibly do that, and we'll give an example in a second, but this is all about a mindset, right? The mindset is that online entrepreneurs should be able to DIY everything. How do we think that that's possible though? If you look at any successful company, they have multiple departments because there's multiple things going on in any business. You have finances, you have legal, you have marketing, you have sales, you have the person who provides the service, right? So think about the vast variety of things you would need to be really great at to run a business that's efficient, that's all above the board, and that is providing an amazing experience to their clients. Often DIY leads to burnout, but when it doesn't, because you're very, very determined, or maybe you're pretty good at a lot of things, what does happen is it takes you a really long time to start earning a profit. Probably a really long time to start earning revenue, just to bring in a single dollar from offering your services or your products. When you burn out, the dream might die and you might really lose your confidence in yourself, whether about being a business owner or in general feeling like you weren't able to follow through on something that really mattered to you. And it's not your fault. It's no one human can do all the things themselves if they want to do it really well to a high standard. If you're patient and persistent enough to get through to earning revenue, it's going to be a long, long time. Like, how many entrepreneurs have you met who say they've been at it for months, but they don't even have a completely functional website yet? I'm probably in the 3-digit count thinking about how many people have said that to me. So why put yourself through that suffering? Why risk your business folding early on when it didn't have to be that way? Why wait months or even a year or 2 years to earn your first dollar? The return on investment from hiring 1 or 2 amazing experts or coaches is absolutely worth it in terms of the time you're going to save and how much faster you're going to start to make money. It's a massive return on investment. It's 100% worth it. It also ensures you can have a really solid foundation for your business. So that way, when people do start to see you and seek you out and your services are shining in front of your ideal audience so that you're bringing in clients, you're bringing in money, you won't burn out by suddenly getting overwhelmed. The foundation will be there. So that way you can just keep growing actively and consistently. So here's the perfect brick and mortar comparison to hopefully make this easier to believe and understand, because I know it's definitely a pervasive mindset in the online world. So there's a business coach named Jenny Shih. She's fantastic. Go check her out. I've never worked with her personally, but I'm a big fan. Jenny Shih talks about treating your online business as if it were a restaurant. Before you sell your first plate of food, your first offer, there's a lot of basic infrastructure you need to have down first. You need to have a location, right? You need to have somewhere to serve the food to people. You need to have some sort of marketing, at least a sign, so that people can walk by on the street and say, hey, that's worth checking out. You also need skills as a manager and a chef, and probably you're going to not be the only person. You might be the chef or you might be the manager, but you're probably not both. And even if you are, you're going to need someone to serve people. You're going to need a host or at least 1 or 2 waiters to get started. So if you're opening a restaurant, you can't just invest time. You have to invest money up front. It's the same with an online business. There's still infrastructure you need. It may not be nearly as expensive as if you were opening a brick and mortar location, but there is still some basic infrastructure that's going to require an investment of time and money. So if you want to make a difference, if you want to make money and be successful with your very first launch, check if you have all 3 important factors in order. Number 1 is marketing, number 2 is sales, and finally number 3 is service. You can't possibly serve people who you haven't sold on the fact that you can help them. You can't possibly sell people on your service unless they know about you, which is the role of marketing. So there is an order of operations, right? The marketing has to come first. So do a quick audit of yourself, starting with step 1, marketing. I have a list of questions for you here. Do you have the technology set up to support you? For example, a website. That's not free. It might be really inexpensive, but it's not free. And if you are not particularly skilled at building a website, or you don't have the time for it, you're probably going to want to hire someone who can do a great job quickly for you. Do you have an SEO strategy to drive organic web traffic to that website so you're making the absolute best use of it? Do you have a content marketing strategy to get visibility? If no one knows you can help them, you'll help no one. Next question. Do you have the mindset to show up confident, energetic, and resilient in your promotional material? That could be YouTube, social media, and even your own blog posts. Are you actively capturing leads into an email list using a compelling opt-in? Are you then nurturing those leads on your email list? And there's more. If you answered no to any of those questions, you either need an expert to help you, whether they're a coach or they can do it for you, or you're going to have to spend the effort to learn about it. And if you're going to learn all of that about marketing and you're not a marketing professional, think about how much time you're spending on something that in the long term is not going to be the thing you want to spend your time on. Plus, then you would need to go on and learn the same number of things about sales. It's not necessary, right? You can absolutely find a great value option in terms of someone who can provide a service for you in terms of marketing, whether that's the technological side, the content marketing piece, the copywriting piece, even a business coach at that phase. You can find someone who's totally worth it, 100% worth it, and you're going to get such a return on investment in terms of time and money. Only once you can answer yes to all of those questions and maybe a few more, but let's start there. Only then can you move on to step 2, which is sales. And only once you've sold people on the fact that you can help them, whether it's for free because you're beta testing or it's for a paid product or service, it's only once they're signed up and they say, yes, I'm in, that you can actually start to serve and do the thing that you love doing. So let's speed up the process to get you there. Let's make sure you get there at all because you don't burn out. Bring on help or spend the money on the infrastructure, whether that's the technological side or the right people to help you. There's a natural customer journey for everyone, whether you own a brick and mortar business or you're online. So go with that flow. Follow the steps. They're there for a reason, and it's so much easier to go with the river than to try and swim upstream. If you want the smoothest results, also hire the right person to teach you strategy, or to at least give you strategy so you can focus on the things that matter most to you. So it's obvious why you want someone to do something for you, but why would you want to hire a coach to support you in doing things yourself? So think of it like this. With a restaurant, you still need a realtor, right? You need someone to help you find a place to rent or to buy to set up shop. With the online world, you also need to carve out a space. You need to establish yourself and get visibility. So either a business coach or ideally a content marketing expert is the person to help you create that strategy and understand the pieces, the component parts that are necessary beyond that. So there is an absolute inherent value to having a coach because otherwise you're telling just your web designer, create a website, right? You're in charge of project managing and strategy. But if you have someone doing that for you whose expertise is in business or marketing strategy, you don't have to worry about being able to manage all these people helping you, partly because they may have a team of people they can refer you to when it's necessary. They may be able to help you decide what is worth doing yourself versus what's worth hiring out. And you'll actually know that every time you spend other money, it's with complete intention and with a high ROI. Remember, you are still a business owner and you just happen to be online. Setting up any business requires an investment of time and money. And if this is the thing that you want to do, it's going to be completely worth it. So if you're an online business owner and you catch yourself saying, I need to earn money, I need to earn a profit, I need my next dollar before I spend any more, stop yourself in your tracks. What is the ROI? Chances are it's worth bringing in support. We can't do this alone. We need a network of people who are our peers and our mentors. That's the biggest lesson I've had to learn in online business. What is the biggest lesson you've had to learn as an online business owner? I'd love to hear your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, and I really hope you did, please give it a like, and I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel so you get lots more tips on copywriting, content marketing strategy, and everyday content creation tips, and entrepreneurship. Until next time, remember, your voice matters. Let's set it free. Okay, see you soon.